Hello students, now we are going to discuss the syllabus of electronics. There are two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is nothing but it is a applied electronics and paper 2 is nothing but it is a digital electronics. Very first we will discuss the applied electronics. In applied electronics, the first chapter, the name of the first chapter is instrument. The detailed study of CRT we have to study in this topic. Then how a CRO displays a waveform. Then the block diagram of CRO, the front panel control, application of CRO, function generator, the basic element of the function generator, the digital multimeter block diagram. In this digital multimeter, we have to study a 3.5 digit multimeter and a only simple 4.5 digit multimeter. Okay, the next topic in the applied electronics, it is a power supply. In this power supply there is a half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, bridge rectifier, filter circuit, load regulation, line regulation. Then you have to study the Zener as a voltage regulator, the basic principle of the voltage regulator using a transistor circuit. Then apart from that you have to study the three terminal regulator IC, the basic principle of a SMPS and its advantage. This SMPS is nothing but it is the switch mode power supply. Then the third topic you have to study in the applied electronics, that is a transducer, the classification of transducer, selection of transducer, types of transducer, working of the following transducers: thermistor, LDR, capacitive transducer, LVDT, piezoelectric crystal, loudspeaker, gas sensor, photocoupler. These all topics are included in the transducer. Now the very much important topic in this applied electronics, that is the operational amplifier. This operational amplifier carries a part. Firstly you have to study the necessity of operational amplifier. We have to write down operational amplifier as an op amp. Okay, OP is nothing but it is the operational and AMP is nothing but it is the amplifier. You have to study the block diagram of operational amplifier. You have to study the different types of the parameters of operational amplifier, the linear operational amplifier of the inverting and the non-inverting amplifier, buffer amplifier, concept of virtual ground, adder, subtractor, integrator and a differentiator circuit. Okay, this differentiator circuit we have to define in each cases. The non-linear applications are comparator, the Smith trigger. So these two types of the non-linear application we have to study in the operational amplifier. The next topic, that is a modern communication. This modern communication, the element of a communication system, the types of electronic communication, survey of communication application you have to study in this topic. Then the electronic spectrum, how the spectrum has been occurred, what we have to do by using the spectrum, how the width has been calculated. These all thing has to be explained in this electronic spectrum. Then the concept of bandwidth. Okay, then AM principle. This AM is nothing but it is the amplitude modulation principle, the modulation index and the percentage of modulation, the sideband and the frequency domain, the frequency modulation, that is a FM modulation, its principle, then a phase modulation, its principle, then the types of communication satellite. Okay, it is one important part. The satellite communication system, application overview of satellite communication, the concept of digital communication, and the last you have to study, that is a introduction to the modem. This modem is nothing but it is a modulation and the demodulation. You have to study the introduction of the computer network, the use of the fiber optics in a communication. Okay, then some review has been given. You have to study the facts, you have to study the cellular radio, and you have to study the radar. The last topic coming in this applied electronics, that is a study of integrated circuit. This study of integrated circuit consisting of a block diagram. Okay, this block diagram is nothing but it is of a 555 IC. You have to study the pin configuration, you have to study the simple application of the IC. That IC name is the 555. Apart from that 555 IC, you have to study 741, you have to study this 741 and LM317, Then by using the IC 555, you have to use a stable and the monostable. How it is going to be work? This all has to be studied in the applied electronics. Okay, this is the detailed syllabus for the paper 1. Now we will go for the paper number 2, the syllabus for the paper 2 of an electronics. This paper 2 is nothing but the name, it is a digital electronics. Okay, this digital electronics consisting of various topics. These various topics we have to study in the detail. Now how? First, there is a number system and the Boolean algebra. There is a number system and the Boolean algebra, first topic. In this topic, the points which you have to study, that is a decimal, okay, binary and the hexadecimal, the number system, BCD code, binary to decimal and decimal to binary conversion, then the hexadecimal to binary, binary to hexadecimal conversion, then hexadecimal to decimal conversion, and decimal to hexadecimal conversion. You have to study the different types of the codes, and you have to study the binary arithmetic in a first topic. Okay, now the second topic of the digital electronics, that is a basic logic gate. In this basic logic gate, you have to study a not, or, and, gate. The symbols and the truth table of the Boolean algebra, different types of the symbols. The NAND and the NOR, it is a universal building block. Universal building block. Here, the building by using this block, you have to design a AND or NOT gate. Then the De Morgan's theorem, then XOR gate, the half adder and the full adder. These all thing is explained in the basic logic gates. Then the third topic, this third topic is including the logical family and the IC specification. Here you have to introduce the logic family, that is a bipolar logic family and the unipolar logic family, the characteristics of the digital IC, TTL NAND gate, CMOS NAND, NOT NOR gate, okay, open collector TTL NAND gate, tri-state concept, tri-state TTL NAND gate. Okay, the fourth number topic, that is a multiplexer. Here you have to study the different types of the multiplexer, the demultiplexer, the encoder, decoder. The multiplexers are used in the combinational logic design, how it is being used. Then the combinational logic design using the multiplexer, the demultiplexer and its use in the combinational logic design encoder, priority encoder, then lastly the decoder and the drivers for each display devices. Okay, this thing is included in the multiplexer. There are the various things in this topic, the various conversions, various the combinations, various problems has been included in this multiplexer, so it is very much important from the examination point of view. Okay, the fifth number topic in the digital electronics, that is a flip-flop, counter and the register. The SR flip-flop, clocked SR flip-flop, D flip-flop, T flip-flop, JK flip-flop, age triggered flip-flop, master slave concept, ripple or asynchronous counter, the decade counter, synchronous counter, register and the shift register. This all thing has been included in the flip-flop, counter and the register. Okay, now the next chapter, that is a AD and the DA. AD and DA is nothing but it is an analog and the digital conversion and digital to analog conversion. The introduction is given to you. You have to study the weighted register ladder, okay, R to R ladder, then analog to digital converter, then the counter type ADC, the successive approximation AD converter. AD converter is nothing but it is the analog to digital converter. Okay, the seventh number topic, the last topic of the digital electronics, that is the computer. You know all the computers. Okay, most of the students have completed the MSCIT. In that MSCIT, the course include the basic concept. Okay, the basic concept has been explained in this computer topic. So the block diagram for the computer, the concept of the buses, study of input and the output devices like a keyboard, mouse, light pen, digitizer, Hmm. Printer and its type. The plotter, the study of memory devices like hard disk, floppy disk, semiconductor. These all thing is included in a part that is in a computer. Okay, the semiconductor memories. There are different types of semiconductor memories. The question is always asked in a final examination. The magnetic tape and the specification of computer. So this is the detailed syllabus of electronics. Okay, now we will go for the paper discussion, how the paper they are going to calculate. Okay, in other information we will see the different types, how the paper 1 and paper 2 has been configured. Okay, here you have the paper 1 and paper 2. The electronics, 12th standard electronics paper 1, the scheme for the marking. Paper, paper 1, paper 2. Here theory, the maximum mark you have 50 for the paper 1, 50 for the paper 2. Both the paper are held separately. Okay, both the paper are of 3 hours. In a practical, there is a mark of a 30 for paper 1, for paper 2 30. It is also of a 3 hours. The term works which is included, that is a 20 and a 20. The total mark, that is a 100. Okay, so you will obtain this one. Then for again the chapters, this is all about the paper theory and the practical, how it is included. Then the different types of the chapter wise, the marking scheme they have included. For the paper 1, there is a 15% topic to be included in the examination. The second number topic, that DC power supply, it is of a 20%. Then a transducer, it is of a 10%. The operational amplifier, it is of 25%. The modern electronic communication, it is of a 10%. And the study of integrated circuit, it is of a 20%. Okay, this is the paper 1 marking scheme. And paper 2, the number system, it is of a 15 marks. Number system, it is of 15 marks. The logic gate, 15%, sorry, 15%. The specification of digital IC, that is at 10%. The combination logic circuit, 20. Flip-flop register and counter, it is 20. AD and DA converter, that is a 12. And the computer fundamental, it is a 8. So it is the marking scheme for the paper number 2. Okay, in this way the marks has been allotted to the examination for the students. Okay students, thank you.